This is a very, very interesting story. It goes back into the 80s when Senator Ed Kennedy was trying to defeat Ronald Reagan from getting a second term by going to the Russians and asking for help from the Russians and colluding with the Russians to change the outcome of the election regarding Ronald Reagan's second term. And apparently this was in the early 80s. You have to understand that John Brennan was voting for a communist in 1976. So, you know, we're talking a real weird situation. You know, they're talking about Vladimir Putin colluding with Trump, and they're saying that he talked to him, that he gave the country away and the whole thing. But apparently Kennedy was terribly misguided, and he saw Reagan as a greater threat than either leader of the Soviet Union, the head of the brutal KGB. So apparently he wrote a letter dated May 14th, 1983. He wrote a letter to the head, Soviet General Secretary Yuri Andropov, and the KGB head, Viktor Chebrikov, explained that Kennedy was eager to counter the militaristic policies of Reagan, who defeated Carter as Republican nominee, and to undermine the prospects for his re-election in 1984. I find this really amazing, and how the CIA-controlled press is not talking about this. They're talking about, or lying and colluding along with the FBI, the Justice Department, to see if they can frame Donald Trump, who's made us stronger against the Russians, who's made our economy better. So you got to wonder who the hell these people really work for, who their allegiance is to. And it seems questionable that we have a totally unelected form of government that's calling the shots. I mean, they're really calling the shots. And so consequently, it's scary, very, very scary, that the media will ignore what happened. The letters are all available. This happened because of when the Soviet Union broke up. I mean, that's when they were really communists. That's when they opened up all these files to everybody, and they let them scrutinize. And what it turns out is that Joseph McCarthy was right on target. He might not have been the nicest guy in the world, but the people he said were commies, the bulk of them were commies. The same as Richard Nixon. He fingered a major communist player who was in the Franklin Delano Roosevelt administration, and also served with Truman. So you got to wonder why this stuff is not coming out. And you got to wonder where the hell the allegiances of the CIA, the FBI, and like I said, the CIA hired John Brennan a couple years after he voted for a communist candidate, Gus Hall. So that's it's a short video here, but I think someone should say something, and hopefully you can pass this around, because we got problems in this country, and if we don't nip it in the bud now. Can you imagine if Hillary actually got reelected? We would know nothing about the overall corruption of the FBI and the CIA and the Justice Department, how powerful they are. This is the New World Order, the deep state that we're fighting. And God bless Trump. Hopefully he survives a full 8 years, because I tell you what, they would love to have him disappear. Take care.